All right. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, no matter where you are. Welcome to this week's presentation of Unfinished Business, presented by the National Blitz League. And we have a wonderful match in store for you guys. We have National Master Jason Cigan from Portland, Oregon, and he's going to be facing off Chicago's very own Michael Auger. Both of them are National Masters, and both of them are very fierce competitors, so we're looking forward to it. And in our debate section tonight, we have Mike. Mike, say your last name for us so I don't botch it.
Zalozny.
Zalozny. Is that Russian?
I'm from Ukraine originally.
Excellent. Great to have you. And Chicago CCB member Aakaash. Aakaash, is it Meduri? How do you pronounce the last name?
Yeah, you got it.
Aakaash Meduri. Excellent. Very good. Now, we have a great match. And Aakaash, of course, you're representing Chicago's very own Michael Auger. And now, Mike, you're going to represent Jason Cigan. Is that right?
Yep. Representing Portland.
Nice, nice. So I'd like to give you guys just a few minutes to tell me how you all know the players you're going to represent and why you want to represent them. What's the relationship? Maybe we'll start off with you, Aakaash.
Yeah, sure. So Michael and I are roommates, and we've been roommates for the past 4 years, actually. So I know him very well. I remember the first time I ever met Michael, we were little kids. I think we were 9 years old, and I was like 900 or 1,000, and he was 800. And we were playing Blitz in the Skittles room before National Youth Action. And I was like, how am I losing to this 800, like this fool over here? And I mean, like, he was good back then as an 800, and of course he became a lot stronger. So we have a very rich history. We competed against each other in high school a lot. He was in Whitney Young, I was in Hinsdale Central. And then at University of Illinois, where we both studied, we ended up being teammates there. So we became very great friends there. I mean, we were always friends, but relationship got a lot closer. And yeah, after we graduated, we just we lived at the same place in Chicago. And I think everyone knows how strong Michael is as a blitz and bullet player. So I'm personally a little bit surprised that this match even got set up. I don't really think.
Whoa, that's a shot right there. Even before we get started. Wow.
I mean, I had to come out guns blazing, but I will let Mike Z kind of tell us about Jason, and then we can kind of get into the details.
Wow, Aakaash is already hitting it. Mike, how do you feel? You took a shot to the head there.
Well, Jason is from Portland, Oregon, born and raised, but I believe he has deep ties to Chicago. He went to school there, so that's might be one of the reasons why he might want to put his foot on the map, so to speak, and kind of like remind you guys that there are other players that are very competitive. I've known Jason for maybe 8 years, and when I met him, he was still an A player. And Jason and I hang out quite a bit. He came here to Vegas, stayed at my place, and first time I met him, he was winning prizes in under 2100 section, and then I witnessed him becoming a master and improving. Let me tell you how I witnessed him becoming a master. I went to Portland, Oregon, and I was leading the open section with 4 out of 4. Then in round five, I had to play against Jason with black pieces. And like 18 moves later, I don't know what hit me. Like the game was over. And Jason Cigan, who was at the time like 21.95 or something, by beating me became the national master. So I had very mixed feelings about that. Of course, like I was happy for my friend, but on the other hand, I'm very competitive and I don't like losing. And then I witnessed Jason like basically grow and as a person, as a professional, as a chess player. Like every goal he set to accomplish, he hit. He became a master. He won the Oregon Close tournament, a round robin with all those Oregon boys. And then when I met him, he didn't know any programming at all. And now look at him. He's just working as a developer for Amazon. Previously worked for Nike. So this is a guy when if he sets his mind to make something happen, he usually does. And I'm pretty sure that, he set his goal to beat Michael Auger tomorrow. And this is a determined man.
So we're looking forward to this match. Now, Aakaash, you already have been in the cage, and you've been successful in the cage. Let me just ask you, did Auger help you with your match?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
I would say not necessarily from an opening prep perspective or anything like that, but I mentioned this off the call. We have 4 national masters that live under the same roof. We like to call it the Chess House in Chicago.
Nice.
And we're sparring against each other all the time. So getting that practice against high level competition on the regular.
It's very important.
Yeah, it's super important, and we have the internet, which is awesome. But over the board is a little bit more intense, more trash talking, more emotions. So I think from that perspective, there is the preparation that I got from Michael, Max, Will, and Mike's gonna have that too for this match.
Yeah. So do you think, Mike, are you afraid of what Aakaash just mentioned? Because I'm sure Jason might not have the same opportunities to have that high level competition readily available.
Well, let me tell you about Jason's competition. So in Portland, they don't have a lot of strong players. So therefore, all of them get together all the time for blitz games. So let me mention some names that Jason plays with all the time. Nick Raptis, the FM from Washington. Jason played him many times. Steve Brackenridge, and Jason has a lot of wins over Brackenridge. Maybe the score is negative, but it's never easy. What about Matt Zavorting, another pretty strong master? And finally, James Todger, the GM, the highest rated librarian in the world, known for beating none other than Vladimir Kramnik in a rated game, all right, a couple years ago. Jason Cigan has a lot of blitz victories over him. So Jason is not going to be intimidated by some national master, even if a good one, because Jason has a lot of wins under his belt against guys who are pretty strong.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Both you guys are bringing nice information. So let me just get right into it. Let's figure out, I want to hear from you guys why you feel your man is going to win tomorrow night. Who'd like to get us started? Mike, how about you start us off? Why do you feel Jason Cigan is going to take the match?
Well, I feel like Jason, his whole life, he dealt with this underdog mentality, people doubting him, but he can accomplish things. And I think he feeds off of that. Clearly, most people feel that Michael Auger is the favorite. His peak ratings are higher and whatnot. But at the same time, let's look at this. Michael Auger been on a downswing. We all seen his arena results. He himself mentioned this on part of the Intermezzo. And Jason Cigan, he's been preparing. I see this man playing hyper bullet, trying to get his speed up. All right, even today in the NBL arena, Jason came out berserking me, which was very brave. He lost, but the speed was amazing, man. So I feel like honestly, maybe Michael Auger has a higher upside, but I feel Jason will out prep Michael, and he will take this match more seriously, and that's what will allow him to prevail.
Man, Aakaash, what do you have to say? He's questioning your man's ability to get in there and prep for the match. He's saying he doesn't even take it seriously. That shows some mental fatigue there. He's on a downswing. What do you have to respond to that, Aakaash?
Well, I don't want to get into the details of some of the prep that Mike has done for this match, because he definitely is preparing for this match. But I did a little bit of homework. I pulled some numbers before this debate.
Mike.
I think just based off of the research and analysis I did, the only way that Jason's going to win this match is if he 11-0s Mike in the blitz portion. Because
wow, what makes you say that, Aakaash? What analysis?
So I think that we're going to see the first ever adoption in the history of NBL.
Wow. Hold on a second. I want the broadcast booth to make note of what you just mentioned. I want the broadcast booth to make note that you said this will be the first ever adoption. Is that in the bullet portion or the blitz portion?
It's in the bullet portion, and I have some data to back this up. So, Mike and Jason have played bullet 8 times. Of those 8 games, Mike has won 8 of them.
Oh my God!
And of those 8 games, Mike has berserked 3 times and only received a berserk back once. But still, he has a perfect record. Mike also has a peak bullet rating of 2637, which is
My
no
God.
joke. His current bullet rating, when I checked, was 2529. Jason's peak is 2297. So he obviously hasn't been setting goals for himself to become a strong bullet player.
Wow.
2297. He's currently 22, I believe, 2237. So, I mean, it seems I'm willing to put money that Mike is able to adopt Jason in the bullet portion, and that's
Now
10-0
that's
already.
huge, Mike. He has just said he's willing to put money on it. Are
Remy,
you?
Remy,
do you have that kind of confidence?
Yeah, well, first of all, Aakaash, you might not know Jason very well, but he has a pretty good family and very nice parents. He does not need to be adopted, all right? Secondly, this is what's going to happen tomorrow. What I believe is going to happen is Jason Cigan in tomorrow's match is going to set his personal bullet high rating.
Wow.
Beating the 2297.
Wow.
Because when you beat somebody who is 2570 or whatever, you get a lot of points. That's number one. Number two, Michael Auger, win match or lose a match, his bullet rating is going to go down, bro. He's going to go down, and, you know, a lot of his fans are not going to be happy what's about to happen tomorrow.
Wow. That's pretty huge. Now, Mike, do you want to respond to the statistics that he said? He says he's 8-0'd him, he's berserked him 3 times, and never lost. Does that scare you for Jason?
Well,
do you have anything to counter that?
Yeah, we're all aware of the stats, and if Jason has never beaten Michael, there's nothing but to go up, right? So I feel like, first of all, let's talk about this match. So the match fortunately starts with the blitz portion, and as you, Remy, you and you, Aakaash, you guys watched many cage matches, and you see that the flow of the match is very important, the emotional control. And what I think will happen is Jason is a stronger player on the board, in my opinion. He will prepare better. He will get better positions going into the middle game, and he will be up in the match going into the bullet portion. That's going to mess with Michael's confidence. Mike will feel a lot of pressure. Jason, on the other hand, will be in the flow of things. So if Jason can lead by 2 or 3 points going into the bullet section, Mike's going to be under a lot of pressure. All that 8-0, all this 2,500 rating. Well, guess what? The numbers don't play. People play the game. It don't matter what your rating is. You got to bring it on the board. And I think if Jason's going to be in his comfort zone, the number is going to be better after tomorrow. And overall, it's not about winning the bullet portion. It's about winning the whole thing. I think Jason can do it.
Wow, what a nice response. Aakaash, what do you have to say about Mike saying basically Michael doesn't have the mental stamina to be able to handle this? He's going to crack under the pressure. Is that what you've seen from Michael over the years?
Absolutely not. Michael is a high school state champion. He's also a 2-time qualifier to the Final Four of college chess, which is pretty much just stacked with grandmasters other than the 2 years that University of Illinois made it. I agree that the flow of the match is very important, but I mean, I also did some digging on their blitz games, and the current score right now, and they actually have the exact same blitz rating right now. I think it's they're both at 2346, which is very interesting. But the current score is 2-2. But again, Mike berserked every single game and never got a berserk back. So this is the thing that people, I think, miss when they try to extrapolate the arena performances to a cage match. In an arena, you have to berserk sometimes to get more points for your team. There's no such thing as berserking in a cage match. So I don't really see this being very close. I mean, yeah, they might have the same blitz rating currently, but that has to do with the fact that Mike is berserking all the time. If he's not berserking, he's basically taking his weights off and he's playing full strength. It's not even going to be close. I mean,
wow.
I really don't see this match coming close at all.
Man.
Well, I got a response to that. Well, first of all, we have one guy clearly on his way up in Jason. He's been increasing his rating gradually. And on the other hand, I hope you agree that Michael is kind of on his way down. Like, oh, his ratings are way off his peaks. This is a retired man who's not going to take this match seriously. His game is all about speed. So giving him 3 minutes or even 10 minutes is not going to change the outcome. Because Jason is solid, you know. I actually think Mike's going to be more confused by having more time. He's not going to know what to do with it. And then that also might make a difference. You can't
Wow,
berserk. I feel like this is to Auger's disadvantage.
man, I wish I could see you guys just debate. I don't even want to see the match. I just want to see you two go at it tomorrow, back and forth of these players. This has been pretty awesome. So let me just ask you guys. Now, Mike, you haven't been in the cage. Aakaash, you've been in the cage. You understand the mental gruel that 21 games takes on a person. Is Mike ready for that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would actually say that both of them are ready for it. Both of them are software engineers at big tech companies. I believe Jason works at Amazon and Mike works at Google. Mike is a very, very hard worker outside of the chessboard as well. I mean, I've lived with him for 4 years, and this dude, he'll work like 8, 9, 10 hours a day in his normal job, and he'll come back home, and then he'll be working on other stuff for another 5 to 6 hours. So like a 16-hour day is not out of the question for Mike. So a 2-hour cage match is really nothing for him. Like he definitely has the mental fortitude and the mental stamina
Perfect.
to exert his dominance.
Nice. That was nice. So you say both players are pretty much ready for the mental gruel that's going to happen tomorrow. Now, Mike said earlier that he feels possibly Auger may crack under the pressure. So let me just ask you guys, from what you've seen from both of the guys that you all are representing, who do you feel, or what do you feel is going to be the score? Aakaash, you said you don't think it's going to be close. Mike said Auger's going to crack under some pressure. Can you guys give me some predictions?
Mike, you want to go first?
Yeah. Well, as a fan, I want to see close match. As much as we enjoyed Mike Paragua adopting Zura with 18 free score, I think many of us tuned out of that. So I'm hoping for like 11-10 type of Jason grinds it out. And by the way, like I think when Jason wins, I think it's going to be good for Mike because I want to see Mike come out of retirement. And you know, speaking of Google versus Amazon, I bet Mike tomorrow night going to be Googling like how to recover after losing to a low-rated player and hopefully buying some new chess books on Amazon.
Wow. All right. So we're writing
Well
that down
done.
at 11-10. That's pretty cool. All right. So he's got Jason winning by 1 point. That's probably going to be in the bullet portion. Aakaash, you said you don't think this is going to be close. So what do you feel is the score is going to be?
I think Mike's gonna adopt Jason in the bullet portion,
Man,
and I think it'll probably be close in the blitz portion. 5.5, 5.5 would be even. I don't really see it veering too much off of that. Maybe +1, +2, but 5.5, 5.5 +10. Mike's gonna get 15.5, and Jason's gonna get 5.5.
wow. What a prediction. I can't wait to see how this goes down tomorrow. So our time is going to be a little bit different tomorrow. The game is going to start at 7:30 Central. That's 8:30 Eastern. And what time is that where you are, Mike?
5:30 p.m. Pacific.
All right, great. 5:30 Pacific time. And we're going to have commentary by none other than God Daniel X and myself. The both of us will be hosting that match, getting the good commentary. We're going to take some of the notes that you guys brought in from the debate. We're going to be using that for analysis during the games. We're looking forward to it. Aakaash didn't give us too much insight into August prep, so we're going to be watching his openings and seeing how they both progress into the middle game tomorrow. So we're looking forward to that. Mike is pulling up his Portland shirt. Do you have anything to rep, Aakaash? Do you have anything to rep for Chicago?
Nothing right here, but I'll probably be wearing a Chicago Marathon shirt or something.
Nice. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. So keep that in mind. We want you to tune in to the National Blitz League's Twitch page. That's National Blitz League /Twitch TV.
Yeah, if I can close with something, I can say that this is a match Jason has been looking forward to for something like over a year, and I don't feel like Mike's gonna pay as much significance to it. And you know, the hungry one is gonna prevail, and you guys definitely should tune in. That's gonna be That's going to be an amazing match.
It's
Can
gonna
I
be
can I
great.
ask a question, Mike?
Please go ahead.
Why is Jason so interested in this match? I know he's been itching for it, but it just I mean it seems like a sadistic move for him to want to do this to himself.
Well, I feel like I mentioned before, it's partly his Chicago ties, and secondly, I feel like he wants to challenge a player that has higher picks than him, and kind of like a lot of times to grow and get better, you have to really challenge yourself, and you have to make yourself uncomfortable. I believe like growth happens in uncomfortable moments. So I think that's what Jason's trying to do. Ultimately, he wants to win the match, but ultimately he wants to become a better player.
That's fair. That's fair. And I think what this match is going to show, which, you know, a lot of these matches have already showed, um, USCF ratings in terms of Illinois, like Chicago as a whole. I've said this for years. Illinois ratings are highly underrated. So like a lot of these players, they're looking at Chicago players' USCF ratings and thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. But then they jump in the cage match and it doesn't really turn out so easy peasy. So I feel like this is just going to be another chapter in that narrative of Chicago just dominating these cage matches.
Well, I can also same thing about the area where Jason is from. Like he lives in Portland, Oregon / Washington area, where most of the competitors these days are kids who are extremely underrated. So it's very, very difficult to gain rating there. So I would like to say, like from personal experience, the players in that area are also underrated relatively to many other areas as well. So I don't know. We'll see.
Wow, we need to extend the show another hour. We want to just see you guys go back and forth and go at it. You guys have been great. Thank you for being here for the show. You guys put in some great statistics. You all made some great arguments, but the true test is tomorrow. So again, we want everybody to tune in to the National Blitz League's Twitch page. It's twitch.tv/National Blitz League. And we also want you to visit the website so you can see and keep up with what's going on in the standings, with the team standings at www.nblchess.live. Again, that's www.nblchess.live. So please check it out and join us again tomorrow, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We want you all to join in. It's going to be a great match. All right, you guys. You all have a good evening. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Remy. Thank you, Aakaash.
Thanks, guys.